Welcome to part 2 of how to use SuperQuiz. We left off on talking about the individual feedback that your student will receive, and then this tab, response feedback, is the tab that so you can monitor which feedback your student has seen. Your next category that we're going to look at is the topic score breakdown. And this tells you in this category the possible solutions, how many students, what your percentage of, I guess it's the percentage correct in that category. So 60% of these questions were answered correctly. And it just gives a breakdown so you can see just another type of statistic about that. And then this one is the next one and probably another extremely important one. It's the document and email configuration. So when you open it for the first time, it looks like this. And ultimately, you'd have all of your students on here. And what you need to do is click this blue button, Create Docs and Emails. So you click this button, and it gives you directions on the side. Anytime you're doing something new, it walks you through it right here. And it says you have the option to send the correct answers along with their responses, or just exclude the answers and just include their responses. I want this to be used as a tool so my students can know what they got wrong and what the correct answer was. So I'm going to choose Include Solutions. And it sets everything up for you. And it's all finished. So what it did is created a Google Doc that is linked to each student. So this is my answer key. This is just going to be the basic setup of the document. You don't really need to use this at all. But for this student, I can click right here and view their document. And it tells me the name of the quiz, which I need to change actually, but it tells me the name. It says immediately what their grade was. And then it says, here's your feedback. And it tells each of those things that was in that feedback column that we created. It says all of those things right here. And then it says to make progress by reviewing the chart and choosing the best possible ways. And then it gives these questions because this student missed the questions. These are the questions that correlate with the questions the student missed on the test. It also gives an extension question. And for me, I'm using the extension question as an intro to the upcoming lesson. This is just to get them thinking about the new lesson that they're about to hear. And then your breakdown on individual questions is on the following page, and it signs my name. So here are the questions that were on the test. This was the answer that they gave, and this was the correct answer. And then this is the breakdown of points, how many points they either received or did not receive. And it just goes through, and that part to me is self-explanatory. And I really like this for when students so they can see what the correct answer should have been, and it also tells what the original question was. So if they have some sort of confusion, like if they just see that it's no solutions but they don't know what the question was, then that doesn't really help them. But this shows what the original question was as well. Okay, then back to the document. You have the printing option. So if you're using this as a sample, you can do different. It depends on if you want to do all of the students' responses or just some. If you are using this and sharing it with a different teacher, you can click if you want to do this. For me, I would do Mrs. Baker, but you can also share with a different teacher and just create a document just for your students if you're sharing it with say a different teacher at your site. Once you do that, then you go to this 2x2 tab, and it sets up just a column of the students' responses. It does not say their answers, so that's something you need to remember. This is just to hand them a piece of paper that shows what they need to review. It doesn't give them the scores of their actual assessment. Okay, I think that goes over everything. So far, I have not given this to my students. I've just been setting it up, but I am very excited to use it. And feel free to email me if you have any questions on this. As I'm learning, I'm happy to see if I can answer any of your questions. My email is lbaker@juliancharterschool.org. All right, thanks for watching.